know what slide's next here. All right. You know, Jordan has become a good friend over the years. He actually wrote the foreword to the book I wrote. And one of the things I can say about Jordan, just, I mean, you can really see his heart here. And it's just amazing for me. You know, he called me up about, probably about 4 or 5 months, you know, right around the time he was thinking about launching the company and talking about it, and just, you know, and you know, I know for myself, I was actually in full-time practice at the time as a doctor in Nashville, and I really cut back the amount I was being in the office, just really because I felt like this was just such a big mission. And you know, he used the word saving lives, and I really, for me, I mean, that's the reason I'm a part of anything, is because I want to help people get well, I want to save lives. And so, you know, I again went from being in my clinic to spending a lot more time, you know, teaching people these health principles and traveling with people like Mike and Jordan, and you know, just really wanting to see the world healthy. And so again, just to kind of say this, it just really is an incredible opportunity that really all of us, myself and all of you guys included, I mean, we really get to partner with Jordan in this mission, which for me is just a really, really awesome thing.
And for those that are unfamiliar with Jordan in recent years, may have read one or more of his books. He's written 21 books. He's a New York Times best-selling author. And the book that most folks are familiar with is The Maker's Diet. There's 5 million Maker's Diet in print. Anybody read that book or come across it? Yeah, it has impacted and changed so many lives. And you know, Beyond Organic could not be a more aptly named company. You know, I thought we were doing pretty good eating natural foods when I was a kid. High school, my mom would bring home natural foods. Well, today, we know it's kind of a throwaway term. Wouldn't you agree, Doc?
Oh, yeah.
And today, organic is a tremendous upgrade from the standards of conventionally produced foods. But what many of us don't understand is that there are some significant loopholes. There are some grandfathering clauses that make some of the organic products that we pay a premium price for surprisingly not quite what we expect them to be. So the company does not intend to diminish organic standards by any stretch, but really to kind of elevate them. And we have 10 standards that are in print. I won't go deeply into them because Dr. Josh is going to enumerate them as he discusses, but significant differentiators. And the thing I really want to convey before we let Josh get going on what he's going to share with you tonight is that having the opportunity now to spend pretty much the last year getting to know Jordan, really understanding his heart and his vision and his mission, and having had the chance to interact with his key executives and his family, and now having a chance to go visit the 9,000-acre ranch and production facilities to see the remarkable commitment. I mean, there is nothing quite like this being done anywhere. So if there were a company that decided to sort of nip at Jordan's heels, if they had the financial resources, if they had the credibility, the knowledge, the know-how, and the reputation of somebody of a Jordan Rubin, and they had the commitment and the integrity to pull this off, we would be a good 10 to 12 years ahead of them. So we have kind of free reign if you're looking at this from a marketing perspective. So just plant that in the back of your head. But the commitment to standards that are unique in food production today. Wouldn't you agree, Josh?
Yeah.
This happens to be a picture of Jordan with some of his friends in Southern Missouri. We had a chance to crouch down in that very same pasture when they opened the little monofilament wire, and the ultra high-density grazing began with like 140 head of hungry cattle, both beef and dairy cattle. And it's a remarkable, remarkable operation, unmatched, literally, in farming, agriculture. In fact, some of the land conservation and soil management practices are already being written up in agricultural journals. And Jordan is a city slicker that didn't wear a cowboy hat until probably a year or so ago, right? Yeah. It's an interesting, interesting dynamic. We're going to cover some of the differentiators, but I just want to compare briefly the industrial organic industry today. Those 12 or 13 companies that have gobbled up most of the small boutique family organic brands today pretty much control organic. And their standards are a little bit different. And just comparing dairy, and I know this might be a little difficult to read for some of you, but you know, if you look at the organic that we buy at the grocery store versus Beyond Organic, we run parallel in some of the more obvious areas. No pesticides, no chemical fertilizers, no hormones, no antibiotics, and nothing genetically modified or genetically engineered. But right about here, across the parallel, we take a fork in the road, and there's a serious commitment that is just very, very different. For example, in conventional dairy, high heat, ultra high heat pasteurization kills not just the germs that we wanted to kill a century and a half ago, or whenever pasteurization came into being, but it kills most of the good things, the vitamins and minerals, denatures the protein, in fact can cause problems, digestive problems. We take no industrial shortcuts. In that organic carton of milk that you buy at the grocery store at Whole Foods and pay a premium price for, did you know, I didn't, that the milk in those cartons can actually be pooled from hundreds of farms, small organic farms. I'm not sure all of those farms adhere to all the strictures and standards, but the milk in that carton can come from as many as 1,000 different cows. We know where our food comes from when we're consuming beyond organic food. Those guys, right there, by and large. So before I turn this over, I just wanted to share with you the thing that I just found the most profound and just really one of the most true things I've discovered, that the culture that we live in today is being fed by a food industry that cares very little and pays no attention to food, and we're being treated by a health industry, absent Dr. Allen and Dr. Josh and the other health professionals that are in the room today, that pays no attention to food. And this is a dynamic that we hope to invert and through education begin to bring some knowledge and insight to. So folks, let's welcome from Nashville, Tennessee, my friend, Dr. Josh Axe.